Okay, here we are back at the beginning of C once again. It's time to go up this ramp. And oh man, inside is a doozy. We're not going to check out too much because literally it all looks the same. If you thought the inner sky looks like samey, this looks not only samey, but very... what's the word I'm looking for? Very sterile. Just white on white on white. Yeah, it's most people hate Inner C. Well, I will admit, it's a bit of a bitch to get around. Especially if you don't have a map. I actually love Inner C. This is where I actually did a lot of my training. Like, anytime I got a new 75, I would come here and just practice on errands or whatever I could find. It's also where I came, when I first got pumped to 99, I was like, well, I'll train here, I guess. I mean, the stuff's low for me, but it's good practice anyway. Errands can still be slightly annoying, as can some of the other things. This place has no music, unfortunately. And I could show you the Palace of Huxoid, but this place is annoying to get around, and there's transition. I'll just show you the Garden of Ru'Hmet. But, well, you know what? I'll at least show you the map. You can't see the map from this floor. I can't remember which one causes the transition and which one doesn't. Actually, I think they both do. I don't know, maybe. Whatever. I'll show you the map. And I'll give you a little explanation of how this works. When I first was able to get into this area, it was on a day when the rest of MI was doing events, fighting the jailers and whatnot. Me, Satan, and Coercy were trying to get through all these tunnels, by our lonesome. We didn't think it'd take that long. We were like, oh, don't worry about us, we'll get through. And what we misunderstood was how aggro worked here. We thought we had to kill everything in our path, which we did, even though it was rough. It was 2 Beastmasters and me on Corsair. At some point, Monsters Inc. was able to catch up to us. They cleared the way, and we plowed right through the boss. It was a nice little rescue operation by them, because I bit off more than I could chew. Now this looks fairly straightforward, albeit a little big, right? Well, there's a lot of doors that don't open unless you have a certain little escort guy with you. You have to go up some towers, only to go back down another tower to proceed. Eventually you go down a floor or go up to the top floor, up there or something. I forget how it's done exactly. But you eventually get to the boss area, and yeah, it's after I beat COP and I started helping people out with Vana'diel, I got to know this place very well. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I thought, like, it wasn't, like, the text on the enemy didn't look yellowish. It looked white, white like my name. I was like, wait, what's up with that? It's a little strange. But, anyway, we're leaving. I knew this place very well. I probably still do. I've walked as many as a full group through before. I've walked as few as a single person through before. The best way to do it back in 75 was, that is if you're going through a solo through the area, was when I did it, I would do White Mage Sub Scholar. Because most everything could be slept, but there's some things that were immune to light sleep. Because you had to check their cores, the elemental cores. If it was light, obviously it wouldn't be susceptible to light sleep. Now, alternatively, you could also do this as a Bard Scholar or whatever, but yeah, so you'd have a light sleep and a dark sleep. And you would just sleep everything along the way that aggroes. And you would just guide somebody through, just book it. Getting the map here, Oh, it was a pain in the ass. It's because if you miss one along the way, you pretty much have to do the whole gauntlet over again. So that was fun helping people get that done. But it's something you need. So sometimes we did event days. We spent event days just getting the maps for these places. We try to take a bunch of people through at a time. There was a good number of people in MI that had, like, you know, beaten all the COP and didn't have the maps too. So, like, at the time that I got my map, despite having just got C, I was actually one of the few people that actually had the map at the time. Like, I think all the officers did, except, I don't know, but not too many people had it. Now, here's the Garden of Ru'Hmet. This one is a little more straightforward. It looks even more complicated, but all the doors are open. Now, to get to the higher floors, you have to take the towers. Each tower corresponds to a different race. And for the mission, like, say you're a human, you go to the top tower. You have to go all the way to the top, and you grab, like, a key item from the top. And only humans can grab that one. While Taru, I don't know which one they are. I'm just going to say bottom right. I'm probably wrong, but just roll with it. In fact, that's probably Gonka, actually. Nah, whatever. Anyway, so only, you know, Tarus could get that one. So it was either you all went as a group up each tower to cover all your races, or you just try and solo it, which was, again, easy if you're, you know, White Mage Sub-Scholar or something like that. Or if you just go in teams. So well, they didn't have light sleep back before Scholar, actually. So I guess there was bards, I guess. But this is another area where we did a lot of farming. There's jailers here. There's Ix Aearn, which are super powered Aearn that correspond to different jobs. You gather all the trigs in both the garden here and the palace, and you can do the jailers outside, which are super powered versions of all the stuff we saw outside. Then there's a jailer of love, yada yada yada. So, see what I mean by this place looks very sterile? Just nothing but white. These guys don't aggro. Don't mess with them unless you're looking for... I can't remember if HQ Aearn organs drop in the garden or the palace. I think it's the garden. No, actually I don't remember, so I'm not going to bother. Flowers. But we call them flowers because some of them are, like, already opened up, like that one over there. It's hard. It's really, really hard to see, I know, but this is... Oh, it aggroed us. What do you know? Yeah, I got a little too close. That's alright. Come on, you jerk. Thank you. It took me forever to get friggin' turned around. If they're closed, they won't aggro. If they're open, they will. Don't bother using sneaking and viz in here. Everything that can aggro is true. So, don't bother. I want to show the next monster, which I think is probably just around the corner, actually. And I'm going to save the Shizen Spiral for it. This thing's almost dead, so... Excuse me, you friggin' vampire! I didn't even bother with maneuvers. Oh, no, none there. You know, I wonder if I could... I wonder if I could do that without dying, actually. Oh, and those things that are curled up in balls, they have the elemental cores. That's some of the things you may or may not be able to sleep, depending on their element. If they're in a ball form, they won't aggro. If they're in a different form, any other form, they will aggro. I don't know if it's sight or sound, doesn't really matter. Let's see, we're close to 10 minutes already, let's move on. Now, here's where things could get a little interesting. If you've already beaten this, like, the mission to get, the mission before the final mission, you could go through here. Otherwise, it says, no, you can't go in. I wonder. Let's open this up. Quasi-lumen are used to... You talk to all of them along the route to get your map. So don't miss them. It's the same thing as before. 10 in this one, 10 in the palace. I like the music here, though. Re-raise in case this goes south, which it's gonna go south. You know what? I wonder how strong these are nowadays. Because it's supposed to be that once you fight and kill all of them, you can move on through this door. You're supposed to approach this area from either the west, the north, or the east, so you can get to the elevator. Again, if you've beaten the mission, you can take the door I just went through. The elevator's right there. Now, what most people would do is, once everything goes back into place, the door opens up. So, they would just put re-raise up, and dash to the other side of the room, the door would close, and then they just died near the door. And then when they got back into place, they got back up, and just walked right on in. That was the easiest way to do it. I wonder how hard these guys are. We're gonna find out. Actually, let's not for now. In case I die, I can... Well, in case I get trapped in here and do something stupid. I'll fight them when I come back. We're gonna go to the very... There's like 4... Let's see... there's a basement and 2 floors above this. 4 above this... well, I'll show you the map real quick, I guess. This is another one of those places where I kind of help people get through, but for the most part they were able to do it themselves. It's not too hard. This mission was a lot easier than the one before, that's for sure. Well, until you got to the fight at the end. That fight was ridiculous sometimes. Mostly straightforward, although there are teleportals that take you between the 4 corner rooms there or something like that. I forget exactly how it works. But those are the rooms where you pop a X-Dragoon, which is an X-Iron that happens to be a Dragoon. It's an annoying fight. It's one of those things where you have to, like, nuke it and then go through the portal to lose hate. It was a little weird. And there's the towers again. And you're supposed to go up 1 more floor to reach the top. I could go to the top on this one, but all it does is lead to what would be the boss room for this mission. Not gonna bother. And you can't reach the top until you get the Brand of Dawn and Brand of Twilight, which is stuff you find on this floor. So we'll just go back down. Oh, it regenerated all my hit points. Cool. I forgot that I had my regeneration stuff on. I've got... How many pieces do I have on? I have Chelame, I have Wiggling. What else do I have with regen? That's 4 HP right there. How much am I regenerating? 4? Am I missing something? Yeah. Anyway, this is the hallway to the final fight of Chains of Promathia. It's also where you can do the bonus fight after you complete all the optional content for... Well, not all the optional content, but whatever. All the optional story missions after you complete both Rise of the Zillar and Chains of Promathia. And here it is! Pretty freaking cool, huh? Yeah! I likes it. I think it's really friggin' neat. Nothing else of note in this room. Just a really, really cool view. And what was that crystal called? I forget. I forget a lot of the lore, apparently. Oh, it was so... The battlefield for this is so cool. Is it the same one as... No, it's different. I was going to say... Wait, is it the same battlefield that you fight Shinryu on? I don't know. I'm going to show off Shinryu at some point. Just use a brew and solo it, I guess. But anyway, that's that. So let's close this by going and fighting those Quinzidae. These flying hover pot things. That in order to get around them, you have to watch the big side, because that's their eye. Well, the side with the big design. And then, you have to just kind of run around it, I guess. There's a good reason why almost nobody loves Inner Sea. It's fun place for black mages and summoners. Not so much for beasts. They can jug it, but there's nothing to charm in here. That's the shitty part about Sea. Nothing is charmable. Sucks so bad. Okay, is there such thing as a lucky direction? I don't know. Let's go north. Onward and upward, they say. Or something like that. Alright, Zero, you ready for this bullshit? I don't suppose I can invoke you from here, can I? I can! Are they all gonna follow suit? Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh man, it's gonna be a Royal Rumble! Maybe. Oh, not so bad so far. Come on. There we go. Hey, my shell wore off. Zero, get on that. There we go. Thank you. I'm gonna use Shijin on you. Oh, didn't take off as much as I thought it would. Finish you off. This is revenge for all those friggin' times you jackwagons made me die in re-race just to get through the damn door. Excuse me. I don't need paralysis. What'd you do? Oh, defense booth, I see. Well done. What a bunch of nerds! No match for me. Hey, wait, Zero's paralyzed too. That's no bueno. Oh, they have ice spikes and I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. Because that's what they get. Come on. They don't need to be silenced, but that's the puppet for you. For the most part, they're only as smart as their master, but sometimes they do kind of derp out. And cast silence on, like, warrior class mobs. Yeah. That's the way it goes. Okay, what now? Owie! Excuse me. Oh, one more to go. Totally gonna do this. That wasn't bad at all. Here, have another one. Is this making everybody feel good right now to get revenge on these friggin' jerks? 'Cause I'm sure everybody did the same thing I did. Had to be dragged to the friggin' door several times. Yay, a less than 500 damage magic mortar. Once upon a time, magic mortar was broke as hell. It did thousands of damage at 75. Yeah. Good times. Everything is dead. But the door didn't open. Wait, what? Wait, if they vanish? Okay, it opens if you... Okay, cool. Hooray! Cut out a whole room of those jerks. You don't get anything for it except for, you know, the ability to open the door. But hey! Mission accomplished, so... That was basically, our route through COP. Pretty cool, huh? Now, Zero, I want you to do the dance of victory for us. So I press enter, yeah. Thank everyone for watching. Who knows what we'll see next time. Later.